Hey YouTube, this is Dawson Ferrer with another deck of a friend at Locals, and I'll pass you on to the person of the day.
Thanks very much to us, Inferno, and before I start my video, please go check out my channel, Abyss Full of Goats, where I post deck profiles like this, as well as goat format content and top 10 lists.
Yep.
So today I played Tri-brigade Spright. Now, I've wanted to get this deck for a while because, for those who don't know my channel, my favourite deck of all time is Burning Abyss, and this Spright is pretty much the modern equivalent of Burning Abyss.
Yep.
I wanted to play the Tri-brigade version because Tri-brigade is probably my favourite engine right now, and with the banish from Shurag and the setup, I think it has a lot of consistency and power to the deck.
Yep.
So let's take. Oh, I went 2 and 2 today, by the way.
Yep.
Because but for my first time playing the deck, I think that's a decent result.
Yep.
So let's get into it. Okay, for the sprites, it's pretty standard here: 3 blue, 3 jets, and 1 red. Now I'm not maining the carrot. I've got the carrot in the side deck because when it comes to the sprites, you really don't want to draw the non-stases, because if you open just this, well, you can't make plays with it unless you get the Tri-brigade as well. So, for those who don't know what these do, blue is searches any of the sprite monster. Jets punches out the spells and traps, and this is a monster negate on field. Also, the reason I made that Burning Abyss comparison is because if you've got a level or rank 2 on the field, you can just special summon these from your hand. Once each, much like the BAs do.
Yeah.
And accompanying these, of course, we have 3 Sprite Starter. Bit on the nose with the name there, Konami. This is literally the best. This is literally the best starter in the deck. And 1 Smashers and 1 Cross, and 1 Double Cross.
Yep.
By the way, guys.
Can you just move it down just a little bit? Some of the top cards a little bit just.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, guys, they say this deck is very difficult to brick, but when you open these 2 hand traps and a revolt with no ways to get your plays going, that's the one way this deck can brick.
Yeah.
So that is the Sprite main deck engine.
Yeah.
For the Tri-brigade engine, this one is very standard. Triple Fractal because it searches any Tri-brigade. It sends to the grave. We start a chain.
Yeah.
So then you go into kit, which is another 4 Tri-brigades. This is also the best Tri-brigade in this build because it's level 2. Basically. Even if you don't open a single sprite, if you can get kit and another level 2 on the field, you can still do your plays and vice versa. I've had games where I've opened up 4 hand traps and 1 sprite, and I've still been able to do my Tri-brigade plays. I can show you guys that afterwards if you want. 3 Neverall.
Yep.
Because it's the one that just adds things to hand, gets kit, and it gets Kiras for our sprite plays and Tri-brigade plays.
Yeah.
And finally, 1 Revolt and 3 Tanky, because why play 3 Fractal when we can play 6 Fractal?
Are you happy that Takey's coming back to 3 now?
Very much so. Honestly, I think this card was at 2 for way too long. But this card makes this deck so consistent because you essentially have, for both your engines, 6 ways to get started. Because you got this and Fractal for the Tri-brigade, and you got blue and starter for the sprites. So, like I said, hyper consistent. And the rest of this deck is just board breakers and hand traps.
Yeah.
Because these engines take so little to get going. So, screw 2 elements. Screw everyone. Again, stopping big combo decks, which I admit aren't that big right now because most decks these days are more resourceful grind decks, but it can come up. And also cutting off certain plays, even the grindy matchups can give you that little edge to win.
Is having drawn Ash bricky or not really?
Not really, because again, this deck isn't looking to win turn 1. It's looking to go turn 3 and 4. So if you've got both in your hand, you've got 1 for the next turn as well.
Yeah.
Usually, I'll draw first. Usually, because Ash. This is how I look at it. Ash can stop 1 play.
Yeah.
Draw can stop every play.
Yep.
Because they're working with their 5-card hands. And finally, for the 40 cards, we got 2 droplets.
Nice.
Drop. Yeah. So, by the way, if you guys don't want to play too many hand traps, you could also go more board breakers instead. You could play Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler. It's up to personal preference. I prefer the hand traps route myself because if your opponent does make a spell trap negate, you can't be in trouble.
Yep.
Okay, for the extra deck. 1 gigantic spright and 2 spright elf for the spright cards. So Gigantic Sprite is an extender. He can get any level 2 from the deck. This is what I meant when I said the sprites can get the Tri-brigades going, because you play blue, get jet, get your spell trap, make this, and you get kit, and there's your Tri-brigade play started.
How come you play one gigantic and not two?
I think one's enough, to be honest, because it's with this you can recycle it fairly easily as well. So again, you could play two, but I think one's enough in this build, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So Elf, this is the all-star today, because it can obviously recycle resources turn after turn. Not just your sprites, but also the Tri-brigades like Kit and Kiras. Also, it comes with another card to give you actually a negate. I think most people know what that is, but we'll get to that in a second. Link 1, Almirage. This is just if you do somehow need brick, you can just make this and pray for mercy, I guess. Here's what I meant with the negate, putting that early. Because basically, if this guy is calling something, and you activate the effect of what it's pointing to, you can then target one monster on the field, and you Magical Musketeer crossed-on it. So its points go to 0 and its effects are negated. In addition to this, something people don't realise is, if this card's destroyed by battle or card effect, it comes back next turn. So it's another way to grind out the game to keep cycling resources. The Link 2s, IP Masquerader, I think this one speaks for itself. Plays on your opponent's turn. Dragon Lord, it's a bounce, and you can also clear your own field, because you got to sacrifice something and then bounce something. So if you got like a dead sprite, you can sack it off, and then you've got revolts. You've got 4 zones for revolt. 1 Bearbarum to search the revolt. 1 Baron Blossom to, because she's an extender and she can fix cards where you've opened up 2 of the same hand trap, for example. Those are the rank 2s. Sorry, Link 2s. Link 3, Unicorn, and Silver Schiller. So Unicorn, it's what you do off Masquerader. It's another interruption. But this this one, however, is another way we can grind things out along with Elf. Because what Elf can bring back at level 2s, this can bring back any Tri-brigade. And also, if a Tri-brigade is still on the field at the end of the turn, it'll bounce back to hand. So you can keep filling up your hand with this. Finally, for the Link 4 and Link 5s, 1 Shurag. It banishes on summon, or if a Beast Warrior or Wing Beast is summoned, and when it goes to the graveyard, it refills your hand again, because you can add a card equal to the number of Beast Warriors, Beasts and Wing Beasts banished. Appaloosa, Omni Negates, you know this. Boral Sword, because I don't have an access code yet. If you have, but to be fair, you can spam the field so much with this deck, making this as a breeze. And finally, Underworld Goddess. It's good because it's good to work with IP, because it's both a Dark Ruler, and in that case it also removes a problematic threat. Also, if you do come up against 2 elements, this can be a really great card, because it can solo one of their graveyard effects per turn. And that's the 40 card main and extra. Moving on to the side. This is quite standard for people who see my channel. Debarrier for fusion, mostly for 2 elements, or decks you use one which in particular. For my Super Poly package, it's just Stabbing Venom and 3 Super Polys.
Have you ever thought trying getting Garuda before?
Possibly. The thing is, space is the issue.
But
it's definitely possible. If you're playing a deck where you can main this, I would definitely play more, but... 1 Carrot. So, I cited this in instead of maining it because, again, this is one of the sprites that if it's the only thing you open from the sprite engine, you're kind of stuck with it. But this comes in against decks that have heavy back row, like Altergeist, which was played today, Labyrinth, that kind of stuff.
Which we should have soon at some point.
Dark Ruler no more. This is the best wall breaker I run. Aside of the droplets and the Ciphering Gears.
Nice.
You don't want to play this going first, because obviously it can be a brick in your hand once you've got the field set up. But going second, this always comes in. And that's the list, guys. So
thanks for the deck profile. I'll link your channel in the description.
Same here, man.
See ya, man.
See ya.